Hello and welcome here. My name is El and I'm alright. Today I want to just give you my take on fertility tests, right? Fertility and potency tests before marriage was my take about it. I've talked about this several months ago, last year most particularly, and I think it's also good for me to revisit it. The issue of fertility tests, potency tests is not something that started today. It has always been with us over the years. We have had people who, in the course of marriage, their daughter wanted to marry somebody, their son wanted to marry a particular person. They go as far as checking the family history to know if there's any history of any fertility issue or potency issue in the the bride's or the groom's family to be. Now they did this because science had not yet advanced for us to be able to do the testing, for us to actually be able to ascertain if a person was fertile enough, should I use fertile enough, or if a person was capable of having babies or capable of reproduction, right? And from there, it evolved to situations where people started insisting that until they get pregnant, yes, I've seen situations where the lady says, until I get pregnant, I'm not getting married. Some other situations where the man says, until you get pregnant for me, no marriage. And in some other situations where it is not even the couple involved, but it is the family, their parents saying, no, until she's pregnant, until you're pregnant, we are not going to continue with the marriage. So the whole issue of reproduction, of we having babies, of we having kids, have always been here for a very long time. So if we have always had that, we've always had this challenge, and we've always gone into people's family history to know if they were potent, if they were fertile enough, if they were capable of reproducing, then I do not see anything wrong in us choosing to use science today. Like you're going for all the medical tests, you're going for all the different lab tests. I know there are people who have literally had sex because they wanted to know if the guy was potent enough to have sex, if he had to know if he had any erectile dysfunction, if he had if he was able to literally penetrate a woman or satisfy a woman. These issues have been there. For me, I have suggested many times that I think it is okay if churches, as part of their pre-wedding requirements, usually they always require that you go through, do the HIV test, do the hepatitis B test, do the genotype and the blood group and the rhesus factor discovery test and the rest. Churches usually recommend that people do this preliminary test before you could marry in their church, or before the church will bless or agree that you marry a particular person. I think as a couple, if reproduction is something that is a big deal to you, like it's a big deal to you about having babies, whether you have babies or you don't have babies, I think it is proper that you do this medical test to ascertain if you're capable or not capable of reproducing your kind. Where if you also want to check potency to know if a guy is potent enough, to know if he has erectile dysfunctions and all of that, and you want to do tests about it, you may want to do it. I will not tell you not to do it. You may want to do it if that will give you more peace. And also, I think it's also something that will help for people who are married, so that by the time you're married and you're not having kids, you just know right from the beginning that, oh, we are not capable of having kids, so you don't have to go through all the trauma and all the stress. Or you just know that, okay, oh, we are not capable of having kids, do we still want to get married? Are we going to be using IVF? Are we going to be considering surrogacy? This is what I'm choosing for, this is what I'm opting for, this is what I'm going for. And by the time you're married and the babies are not coming, you know why, and you already know the decision you're taking. You're able to stand with your partner, your spouse. You are able to stand against the world and all the pressures that will be coming with it, which they will come and they will definitely do. So personally, for me, I don't think there's anything wrong. I don't feel there's anything wrong in doing fertility and potency tests before marriage. There's nothing wrong with that if these things are things that are very important and they are very key to you. You don't want to get to marriage. I'm going through all the frustration, going through all the fights, going through all the troubles of now say, oh, if I knew, I did not know, this and that and all of that. You may want to answer all those questions. And I don't see any reason why you can do your the HIV test, hepatitis B test, you do the other medical diagnosis and investigations and you don't also do this one. I don't think there's anything wrong in doing this. I wish you could even be diagnosis as to know if your partner has bisexual tendencies and if your partner has gay tendencies, so that you just know, okay, this is what I'm subscribing to, this is also what I'm choosing for the rest of my life in marriage. My name is Ella. Well, all right, this my answer to this question. If you have other questions, send them in, and I will answer them. If you leave us a message, you send us a message, drop a comment, we will respond to it. And if you want to contact me directly, just check the description section. You'll be able to do so. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for following this. Remember that I said that if it's something that is a big deal to you, and it's something that is going to be very important to you, you don't want to joke with it, then you should do the um, fertility and the potency test before marriage. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with you choosing to do it if you wanted to do it. I did not do it. I did not want to do it, and I'm fine. Many people don't do it. Many people would not want to do it, and it is fine. However, if you choose to, that's your choice. I think it's fine. I don't think it's way off. I don't think so. You rock.